Okay, so today I wanted to watch my 4020 mode run in Ultimate Custom Night and kind of just explain my thought process on it and give some tips and tricks to anyone who is trying to beat 4020. As you can see on the screen right now, there's the roster that I was using. I also, when I was recording this, I forgot to record my audio. So I'll try and point out times when I could hear an animatronic like Afton or Ennard or Molten Freddy. But other than that, let's get into it. Okay, so when the run starts, I immediately open up the cameras and go to the duct system. Here, I put the audio snare right there because that'll trap 4 animatronics, I think, in the snare system, and you won't have to worry about them for the rest of the run. And you go back to the cams, and if you put the camera on cam 7, as you can see right there, you you can have all of those animatronics that require you to buy a plushie, and you don't have to buy the plushie for the entire night. So now just flip down the camera, and every time I flip down the camera, I always put the mask on immediately, just in case Golden Freddy is there. Just gets him out of the way immediately. So now, I hadn't realized this, but Scar Baby spawned immediately, which is kind of unlucky. But I had also closed the bottom or the right vent to get rid of either BB or DD that were there. And I'm kind of just waiting until there's ventilation error. I don't need to worry about the temperature because I don't have any animatronics on that are affected by that except for Freddy. And with Freddy, all you have to do is just close the left door whenever you go into the cameras. And then, so another animatronic I should probably explain is Rockstar Chica. Rockstar Chica will only attack you if you do not have the sign on the side of the door or on the side of the office that she is on. So I'll explain this when I go into the cameras, but I have the sign on the right side right now, and I move it over before I go into the cameras. This way, if she was on the right side, then she would be gone by now. But if she's on the left side, then we'd move it over before we go into the cameras, and she wouldn't be able to attack us. So you should move the sign each time before you go into the camera, and that's how you deal with them. And awesome. So I reset the ventilation just as quick as possible. Also, I should note every time I go into the camera, I close the top vent, the left door, and turn on the heater. You close the top vent because that stops both Mangle and Withered Chica from getting in your office, and the left door, which stops Freddy from getting in your office. And if you turn on the heater, that'll stop Orville from coming in your office. And I found out that sometimes Ned Bear will go through the audio lore, so that will also block him, and he cannot get in your office. You notice there are, while I'm explaining this, it sounds pretty simple in my head, but it's a lot more difficult than what it seems. Because you'll have times where multiple animatronics come at one time, and you have to be moving your mouse everywhere. You could be pressing all sorts of different keys while not making an misinput. I feel like that's the most common thing that kills the runs is I will try to either close the left door or the right door, and I'll accidentally hit the camera button, and just an animatronic will get into my office and ruin the run. Now, also, you notice Rockstar Freddy, a lot of the time, I never paid him 5 coins. That's because he only becomes active when you go into the camera. And when I'm going into the camera, I already have the heater on, which deactivates him. And that's kind of just doing the same thing throughout the entire video. We're only at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. now. But the biggest reason you have to be fast going into the cameras is so that you don't waste power when you have both the top vent and the left door closed. And if Phantom Mangle is on that screen for too long, then Phantom Mangle will come into your office and start to create noise. And that's not good because I have Music Man on my roster, so that'll screw me over. So there's not much else I think I need to explain. I'm kind of just keeping, I don't know, it's hard to keep track of 40 different animatronics, especially like when I'm here, flipping down the mask or putting on the mask for Chica or Bonnie, using the flashlight for either Nightmare BB or Phantom Freddy, closing the left vent if BB's there, um, doing Old Man Consequences mini game. I'm always listening to hear if Afton comes or um, Ennard and Molten Freddy. Even though if you hear them and you're low on power, you can just not close the vent until you go into the cameras. That will save you more power in the end. But when I finished, it's 4 a.m. and it's 5 a.m. now, and I have 40%. And I've been closing the vent whenever I hear them. So I had plenty of extra power to use. But I'm still being as conservative as possible, just in case something went wrong. So, yep, that's pretty much it for the entire run. You have about 15 seconds left. You can also see there when I put the mask on, when Toy Bonnie's coming over, you can tell when the lights in the room are kind of flashing. That's how you can tell they're coming. And that's the end of the run.